Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Desk. Welcome to Sports. I'm Shea McDonald. Here in Fort Lauderdale, Shea McDonald. Here in Tropical Park, Shea McDonald.
Rodner and Shea McDonald. Gentlemen, thank you for being here today.
Great to be Shea McDonald as Michael Jackson.
But Shea McDonald is here to take us through it all. Shea?
But Dr. PKG doesn't only spend the time in this lab. During his free time and on the weekends, he takes off the lab coat and he steps into the dojo and trades in that lab coat for a sword.
While the fridge in Coconut Grove is a great place to grab food and other necessities, it isn't the only place.
Buddy System and their community fridges can be found all over Miami, including their one in Coconut Grove. There's one in Little Havana, Overtown, Florida City, and two in Little Haiti. Buddy System originally started during the COVID-19 pandemic as a grassroots effort that saw hundreds of volunteers go and pick up and deliver groceries to neighbors in need. And now because of these community fridges, they've been able to expand their efforts so much further than before. Just days after Veterans Day, the Victor Adaptive Sports Program brought veterans out to this shooting range here at the Trailblaze Range in Miami. And it's this program and community that makes everybody who comes through it feel like family. Canes football had a big-time senior win, so let's take it to Hard Rock Stadium for the highlights. Miami taking on NC State, and Carson Beck checking out to Marty Brown, who gets popped here, loses the football. It's NC State ball, but Jacoby Thomas on the other end picks it off. He's going down the sideline. It looks like he has 6, but he wants a little bit of contact. Waves to CJ Bailey, says, bring it on. Trucks him into the end zone, and there goes 10 points for the Hurricanes early on here, getting it started. Bailey trying to recover, but he's going to throw it to Thomas again, his second pick on the day, 4th on the season. Now on offense is Malachi Tony, the high school quarterback, back-to-back games with a trick play with Tony throwing a pass, and JoJo Trader goes down inside the 5-yard line. And Marty Brown, making up for a mistake earlier, pushes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Canes up 17 quick, but they're not satisfied. Beck in the pocket, lobs it up to Tony, and that's 24 points in the first half, the most he scored in the half since September. Into the second half, it's senior night, but the freshman's making consistent plays. Gerard Pringle, 116 yards on the day on the ground. He had a phenomenal day, and in the air, it's Josh Moore. Somebody call Randy, because that guy just got mossed, and the finishing touches, who else but Malachi Tony, running into the end zone. Canes score 40 and win 41-7. The Chargers going to capitalize with this dump off to Kamani Vidal in replacement of the injured Amarion Hampton. He's making the most of his opportunities. Another guy making the most of his opportunities, Devon A-Chain, scoring this touchdown, getting the Dolphins back in this one. Tua finding Darren Waller, who's made plays week after week since returning from injury and retirement. But Justin Herbert, they call him the if man, but there's no if, ands, or buts about this one. To Ladd McConkey, who makes a man miss, goes down the sideline, brings the Chargers right into field goal range, and with the game winner, it's Dicker, the kicker, right between the uprights. 29-27, Chargers win this one over the Dolphins. The Dolphins lose another close one as turmoil seems to be brewing in the locker room, with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa calling teammates out for arriving late and not showing up to player-only meetings. At 1-5 on the season, the Dolphins are currently the 4th worst team in the league and are 1 game out of last place in the AFC East. You look down the schedule, he's going to have 2 more big games to prove it. He's going to have maybe Cincinnati if Joe Burrow's back healthy for that, but I doubt that. But he's going to play Buffalo one more time. He's going to play Baltimore one more time now that they're healthy. And during those games, you've seen him in these big games so far. Look what he did in Buffalo. Look what he did in Tampa.
You want to talk about big games?
Let me finish my point first. And he elevates at the biggest spots. There's one quick stat I want to just mention here. Guys with 200 passing yards and over 100 passer rating in 8 straight games. Hasn't happened a lot. It is Aaron Rodgers in 2011, MVP. Drake May this season, Aaron Rodgers in 2020, MVP. Tom Brady in 2007, MVP. Peyton Manning in 2004, MVP. And that's why is Drake May is the MVP of this season. Look at what he's doing, people. And he's going to go down the rest of the season, and it's going to continue to stack up. The numbers are going to continue to go. And you see, as guys have been injured, as guys have come in and out, he's continuing to sustain the success, build up his resume, and he's going to finish the season strong. Watch out Baltimore, watch out Buffalo, watch out the AFC, because Drake May's coming. For 17 years, PKG has been practicing Iaido, which is a Japanese swords art that dates back to the 1500s. Iaido focuses on being aware of your surroundings and staying calm in order to respond fast.
And then all of a sudden you try to modulate this the flight or fight response. But if you control your breathing and you actually are able to maintain a calm during situations where there is adversity or stress.
PKG has taken the martial arts lessons of tranquility, focus, and detail, and has translated it into how he teaches, including inside the dojo.
He was actually one of the first senseis that taught me Iaido. I distinctly remember it was the second lesson that I ever was here, that he was the one that actually really took the time out to really teach me the forms.
And his traits as a teacher and a practitioner of Iaido blend together between the labs and the dojo.
He's kind of like the opposite, because I get stressed out a lot and he kind of calms me down when I'm worried about like a project or something.
Sure, but he also is very easily approachable. He's kind of sensei that even though he seems very easygoing at times, he actually has a very good eye for detail, if you ask me.
And Dr. Fakari even taught me how to swing a sword properly.
Look straight.
Oh, okay.
And then think that you're carrying somebody on top of you. There you go.
Gotcha.
And through the art of Iaido, not only is Fakari able to teach at a higher level, but live a better lifestyle too.
Life is going to give you challenges, so take them with calmness as much as possible. Breathe, make a plan, and then execute. So, and that's how I go about doing things, so that, you know, that helps me live a healthier life.
For UMTV, Shea McDonald. The work starts early in the morning, unloading a car and stocking a fridge with sandwiches, fruits, water, and everything someone will need to get their day started.
It makes me feel good that I can help put food in some of the people that have insecurities right now, and it's a hard society. So.
Paula Mesa is a volunteer for Buddy System MIA, which is a Miami group that stocks community fridges to provide free food for those in need. And Paula loves making a stop in Coconut Grove.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing? Good.
Here, Coconut Grove, this one is my favorite because I get to see the residents every time they come. They share experiences, recipes, and it's nice. It's nice to get to talk to people.
Food deserts are a nationwide problem. According to the USDA Food Access Research Atlas, nearly 19 million Americans, or about 6% of the population, live in areas with limited access to affordable and nutritious food. And that's why these fridges are needed not only in Miami, but everywhere.
We went from, supporting 100 to 200 people a week to, well over 1,000 a week. So it's definitely increased our ability to support more people.
But despite the efforts from Buddy System and other similar initiatives, one issue remains. There's never enough for everyone.
But also it's a little heartbreaking at times because there's never enough. There's more we can be doing, and that's something I'm definitely working towards.
And so the work never stops.
We have more people today, so we want to make sure everybody gets something.
Each month, the group hosts food distributions allowing residents to either sign up or walk in and grab a variety of options to help them self-sustain. And for those who come, it means everything.
They're very nice. During COVID, they helped us a lot also. So anything we appreciate because we're on a tight budget with Social Security and everything is so expensive now.
Carol is just one of thousands of people affected by Buddy System's efforts. In 2024 alone, they serviced over 5,000 Miami residents and repurposed 245,000 pounds of food. Whether it's Thanksgiving or just another Thursday, Buddy System stands for making sure people don't go hungry. And across fridges like this one in Coconut Grove, the reason is simple. It's all in the name of community, love, and family. For UMTV, I'm Shea McDonald.
Thank you.
First game, gonna be very honest. Didn't do much at all. Was pretty much just getting my cardio in, running around. Not a lot of action.
It was not my best work. We're coming back strong in the second half. I need water.
Even got a tackle here and there, though, as you can also see, sometimes was not the best idea. With my lockdown defense already on display, there was one more thing I needed to showcase, and that is what I could really do with the ball in my hands.
And that's been this edition of Off the Bench.
You know, I thought I saw some promise. You know, you're quick off the ball. You were enjoying yourself.
You were out with the boys. You were enthusiastic. Dude, you brought it all.
You know, you did well with the hitting, which we did today. And you got to try, which was absolutely amazing.
You did great, man. Honestly, you showed up with a real competitive spirit and some real skills with the ball.
So for a first outing, not that bad. But we'll see what I can do next time I step.
Shea, well, you just took us on a trip down memory lane with that one, but let's break down this Miami-Indiana matchup, starting with the rush game for Miami. Miami utilizes the run a lot. We've seen it all season long. Will Miami be able to get that going today?
Taryn, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think they do it. And simply, it's because this massive offensive line that Miami has at their disposal. Compare that to that Indiana defensive line. They're really good, but they're simply just too small. Miami nearly outweighs Indiana by 50 pounds on average around the line. And 4 inches taller, a guy like Markel Bell, 6'9", is going to tower over these Indiana defensive linemen. And simply, Miami's going to be able to run on everybody this postseason. And you watch what Mark Fletcher has done game in, game out, 395 rushing yards, nearly 7 yards per carry. But Indiana's not going to make it easy on them. 29% of the time, they stuff runs at the line or drive them back. They have 3 phenomenal linebackers who swarm the backfield. Miami, they're going to have to do some things to try and dig those linebackers out, but I think they are going to be able to run the football tonight.
And aside from that rush game, if they're not able to run the football, the passing side of Miami, you have Carson Beck at the helm. His receivers have been phenomenal for him all season long. Talk to me about them.
Yeah, and I think what's really good for Miami is that Beck is coming off his most prolific passing game of the postseason. Not too flashy, but he was great in situational football. End of half, Miami wants to score that 50-yard touchdown to Keelan Marion. End of game, Miami needs a touchdown to go and win that game. And well, he's surgical, play in, play out, converts on multiple third downs, and moves Miami into scoring position, takes it in himself, and Beck was phenomenal in the right moments for Miami. He gets the ball out extremely fast, and nobody benefits from that more than Malachi Toney. Miami loves to get him going in a bunch of different ways. 99 receptions, over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, combine a little bit of rushing and passing in there too. He's useful for Miami in a million different ways, and we've seen it in the critical spots for Miami. And I think, again, tonight, if they get that quick game going, it's going to be important. But what's tricky is this Indiana team, they come down on that quick game very hard, and a lot of that has to do with D'Angelo Ponds. You think of a 5'9" cornerback, and you're like, he's not going to get his hands dirty. Well, this guy loves the tackle, he loves the hit, and that 3.2% missed tackle rate, second among Power 4 corners. And they plant their feet and they drive on the football, and you can see what this secondary and these linebackers do as a result. 5 opening drive interceptions. We saw what Ponds did at the beginning of Oregon. And so Miami can't make any mistakes in general today, but they definitely cannot make any of those mistakes early.
Definitely not. And we've talked about Miami's offense, but Indiana's offense has been dominant all season long, led by Mendoza. I mean, we've seen it against every team they've played. Lots of blowout wins for them. Talk to me about them.
Yeah, well, Mendoza has been pretty much perfect throughout this postseason. 8 touchdowns to 5 incompletions. Not interceptions, incompletions. He is diming teams down the field, and I think the main beneficiary of that is Elijah Surratt, his outside receiver. You look at his numbers on the year, 15 touchdowns, and every time Mendoza throws him the ball down the field, they have a perfect connection. Watch out for those back shoulder fades for this Miami cornerback group, and it's going to be a little bit tough if they can't guard him.
And you're talking about the cornerbacks there for Miami. An injury report, we have a couple of them out for the first half or whatnot. Take me through that, and if Indiana is going to be able to exploit those players.
I think they might be able to, because with this Miami secondary, they have a few players who might be rotating in and out. Xavier Lucas, he's going to be suspended for the first half because that late targeting call against Ole Miss. Damari Brown, he's been injured the entirety of the postseason. Expected to give it a go, a game-time decision, so you got to wonder how healthy is he going to be throughout the game. And similar situation for O.J. Frederic. You look at what he's only played 9 snaps against Ole Miss. And so even if he's healthy for this game, which is expected also to give it a go, you got to wonder if it's a nagging injury, how healthy can he be for this game? And I think the better part is for Miami, they have guys stepping up all around the secondary. Ethan O'Connor has been huge for Miami. Teams are 5 of 14 when targeting him. He has 3 pass breakups, playing the ball really well, and everybody knows what Keontae Scott has been doing all postseason and season long. Think about that pick 6 against Ohio State. He flies around the field, and he's going to be crucial for Miami in this one.
Definitely, and then last but not least, everyone gives Mendoza all the credit, a lot of the hype, but he could not do what he does without his O-line. How will Indiana's O-line protect Mendoza, but how will Miami's defense also be able to exploit that?
Yeah, well, Taryn, I know we're all afraid of Mendoza. He's the Heisman and everything. But I might be more afraid of what this Indiana rushing attack presents for Miami. They do exactly what Miami wants to do, and sometimes even better and more consistent. They have two guys who are averaging over 5 yards per carry with Hemby and Black, and they pound the rock just like Miami wants to. But Miami has some studs on the front seven who can kind of prevent that from going. And we can't talk about the front seven without talking about Ruben Bain. People got on him for not bringing down the quarterback. Well, how's 4 sacks and 3 playoff games sound for you? 21 pressures, 5.5 tackles for loss. He's part of this very talented front seven that I think will be able to stop this Indiana rushing attack.
And last but not least, we cannot get this going without the keys to the game. Give me those.
Yeah, first up, I think it's going to have to be ground and pound. We know what both teams want to do. They're going to want to leverage their offensive lines and pound the rock, play in, play out. Secondly, I think you're going to have to play mistake-free football. I think especially on those third downs. Indiana, they've won the third down battle every single game aside from Penn State, and that one came down to the wire. Miami, similar case over the course of this postseason. They're going to have to win it again. Whichever team wins that third down battle, I think will come out the winner in this one. And lastly, acknowledge the moment. This is a big time moment, but the lights can't be too bright for you. These teams are going to come out to play, and they have to play mistake-free football to bring this one home.